In today's video, guys, we're gonna talk about the most important epic champions in Raid Shadow Legends for Faction Wars Hard Mode. Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. If you enjoy the content, do me a favor, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me a lot. Now, one thing that I want to mention from the very beginning, guys. Faction Wars Hard Mode just rolled out. Every single account out there is going to be different. I have no idea what champions every single one of you guys has available, but I made a list of the most important epic champions based on the conditions that we have for every single faction. Currently, I am on the test server. That's why everything is open, and that's mainly because I can just click in and I can quickly check the conditions without actually having any issues. On the main account, I cannot do that because I don't have all of the factions open, right? But one of the main things that you want to keep in mind is that I'm not telling you to go instantly and 6-star every single one of these epic champions. Because every single account out there is different. Every single one of you guys will have different needs, okay? Which means that maybe just because, let's just say, let's go for example at the Ogrin Tribes. You need to place bombs on the waves. Let's just say maybe you have War Mother. You don't need Grunge. Maybe you don't have War Mother and you need Grunge, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. It's really different from each one of you guys, but I'm gonna basically go over the most important and underestimated epic champions that will turn out to be god tier for Faction Wars Hard Mode because of the conditions. Leaving all that on the side, I actually made a list with some of the conditions that we have. Not those ones deal 50% HP damage in a hit or keep your champions alive and all that. The conditions that are actually something that can only be done by debuffs, buffs, specific skill sets. Starting with the very first faction, the Bannerlords, guys. Now, right here, we have Provokes, we have Stuns, we have Thermitar Manipulation, and we need to manipulate buffs and debuffs, okay? One thing is, Plarium kind of like made sure that all of the fusions that they've released in the past, in a way or another, they will be somehow useful for Faction Wars Hard Mode. A lot of these conditions will require the fusion champions that we had in the past. Like, for example, in the Bannerlords, you gotta manipulate buffs, right? Timid the Fool decreases the duration of all enemy buffs, okay? And when I'm saying manipulate buffs, duration, I'm not talking about stripping the buffs, or at least that's what the condition is actually specifying. From the epics, I really don't remember any of them to actually manipulate buffs or debuffs, okay? Because either one of them will actually work. Now, of course, I haven't went through every single one of the epic champions to check every little wording in their skill set, but from the top of my mind, I do not remember one of them that is doing it in this particular faction. So, as I've mentioned, Provoke, Stuns, Thermitar, etc. Archmage is going to be absolutely OP in here. He's going to stun. Yes, you can use stun sets, you can use provoke sets, but that is a lot of RNG. And on the higher stages, where the difficulty is really hard, you want to make sure you have enough crowd control without you actually having to rely on that stun set or provoke set, the RNG that will literally make you pull out all of your hair. Then, of course, you will have for every single faction a stage where you need to use 3 epic champions, okay? So, Archmage Helmet is great for the stun. He's gonna be good to deal a bit of damage, Thermitar Manipulation, and of course, buff. I'm not gonna go over skill sets and all that, guys. I'm just gonna basically quickly tell you what the champions can do. In terms of builds, I would build Archmage maybe on a stun set with a bit of damage. Then, Giscard the Sigiled, great to provoke. He's gonna offer you support, buffs, shield, but as a provoker, he's actually going to be really good. And once again, up to you if you're gonna put him in a provoke set to have even higher chances to land that provoke, or you're gonna go on a different path. Maybe you're not gonna need Giscard. Maybe you're gonna have some of the OP legendary champions that might help you in there. But personally, I think you might need him. I used Sigmund in my case, but you might not have him. He was a fusion as well. Then we do have, of course, Stag Knight, which is not really going to help you with any of the things right there. But I feel like he's going to be so freaking important with the defense down, the decreased attack, the decreased speed. Relentless set on him, and he works absolutely amazing. And then you will need a pretty good reviver for this faction. Ursula the Mourner, of course, if you don't have other champions that can revive. Maybe you have Kaja the Rive from the guaranteed deck of fate that they've done in the past. Maybe you're going to have a different reviver for this faction, right? But that's something to keep in mind. Moving on to the high elves, guys. Right here we have freeze, stance, manipulate termeter, manipulate buff, debuff, duration. Now, manipulating buffs, debuff, duration, you have arbiter that can do that, right? But you do need to let the enemies buff, which means that you cannot really let them control. You can't keep them controlled, stunned or provoked because of it. So you might want to look at possibly a different option, right? Tatura can actually land freeze, if I remember it correctly, but once again, that's part of the passive. So a lot of the legendaries are very, very helpful, right? Skuramis, in my opinion, is going to be one of the freaking goats. I absolutely love the champion in the Curse City. He's massive, in my opinion. You have Provoke right here on all enemies. You have Decrease Attack. You can run him on a stun set as well if you want to. An AoE Decrease Attack. And then this skill right here will have a chance to drop stun. So he can fill different roles, guys. Provoke, stun, Termeter Manipulation, because you do require all of them for this faction. So definitely not a champion to sleep on. The next one, I think that's going to be really, really good. Of course, Nelder, he will bring in the freeze. Absolutely amazing. You're going to have tons of different utility from the champion with a decreased speed, etc. So Nelder should definitely be on your list. Itland the Gold, he's going to be a massive carry for a lot of you guys because of the block active skills. Good damage. Overall, a really, really solid champion. So, as I've mentioned at the beginning, I'm not telling you to go and 6-star every single one of these champions, okay? And I'm not going to bring on the list the most OP epics in each faction that have no... they're not relevant towards faction wars and conditions. That's not the right video for that, okay? So, even if you don't 6-star them or anything like that, you might want to keep an eye on these epics, vault them, and wait till you get to that stage and see if you need them. It doesn't matter if you haven't unlocked Faction Wars hard mode yet, but you will unlock it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but you should keep an eye on these epic champions. Then, the last one, guys, is going to be Andrisia. Why? Because not only that she can bring you a bit of a stun in here, but attacks all enemies, has a chance to decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns, and increases the duration of all increased defense buffs on all allies by 1 turn. So right there, you already got your buff, debuff, duration manipulation sorted, okay? Moving on to the next faction, guys. We have the Sacred Order. Right here, we have Provokes, Poisons, Stuns, HP Burn, Termeter Manipulation. Now, the Termeter Manipulation... Termeter up, Termeter down, it doesn't really matter exactly, to be honest with you guys. Mordecai is going to be great for Termeter Manipulation. HP Burn, you're going to get increased attack, which will be pretty helpful for the majority of you guys. Godseeker Aniri, crazy support, not related to the conditions, but most likely you will need a good support if you don't have something else. Arthur is good, but he doesn't really bring you a lot of healing, in my opinion. He was free. Lady Noelle was a fusion. Maybe you have her. She's absolutely amazing if you do, but you still need a good healer for your team. Then, on to the next epic. Deacon Armstrong. He's going to bring you the Leech. He's going to bring you Speed Aura. You will require high speed on higher stages, defense down, and of course, more Termeter Manipulation. So, either you're using him for Termeter Manipulation, either you're using Mordecai, up to you, whatever you guys have up and running, basically. Shamael is going to be really, really good as well, guys, because he's going to deal crazy damage. He can one-tap enemies with a decent build, increase attack, and ensure that he has 3+ buffs in order to fully ignore the defense on the enemy. Is going to be massive. Plus, he's going to bring you some control with the True Fear as well. And he can counterattack and just basically annoy the enemies and annoy you because he's super slow with animations. Moving on to the next faction, we have the Barbarians. Right here we have Stun, Provoke, Freeze, HP Burn, Manipulate Skills, Turn Meter Manipulation. Same story goes with the legendaries. It really depends what you have available, what you don't have available. Alika is going to be great, not only for damage, but to manipulate the skills, the cooldowns. Crazy good damage, like she's going to be a monster in there. Then, of course, Hoskarol is going to be great for the stuns. Is going to be great overall as a champion with the buff, more stun from there. Then, talking about Ferrokin the Fat, you're going to have poisons, you're going to have HP burn, you're going to have the ally attack, the defense down, tons of health from him. And if you need a good support reviver, Jamarsa, not only that she will do that, but she will place the sleep, she will manipulate a bit the turn meter as well, which is actually really, really good. So it fills up a lot of conditions with these champions. You will require a freeze champion. Not an epic, but is a legendary. Yakal the Skratch. Start purchasing the fragments from the clan shop to make sure you are getting him up and running for when you're actually going to need him. I don't know of any other champion landing freeze from this faction, okay? So he will be pretty damn important. Moving on to the Ogrin Tribes. So right here we have Poisons, Stun, Provoke, Turn Meter Manipulation, Leech, and Bombs, okay? Once again, it really depends what legendary champions you have available and all that. But starting with Bombs, if you don't have the only bomb legendary champion from here, which is, of course, War Mother, you're going to need Grunge, okay? Grunge will land bombs, and he's going to help you to do the conditions and allow you to 3-star and get all of the rewards from Faction Wars. Then, you're going to have right here good damage dealers in terms of epics. Shatter Bombs is going to be good as control and stuff, but they're not on my list. Same with Siege Hulk. Claude, decent buffer as well. But Ugo, she's going to bring you the defense down, block buffs, Leech on the A1, which is not really going to be enough, right? So, on top of it, you will probably require a much better Leech champion, okay? And I know some of you guys might don't like this, Lorne the Cutter, but hey, AoE, 100% chance to land Leech. You might need this fresh champion. He's not really going to be doing much else, but he might be required for that specific condition if you don't have better champions. If you don't want to stay 1 hour in there and just use the A1 from Ugo to land the leeches constantly, right? Then, of course, Eurogrim, good support, poisons, cleanse. You will need all of this. Speed aura for all battles. Definitely do not sleep on him. Some of them are top tier epic champions, guys. Some of them are not, okay? I know everybody's keeping all of the top tier epic champions, but you might want to start looking at the non-top tier ones. Laserman faction. Right here we have stuns, poison, provokes, turn meter manipulation. So, we don't really have crazy good options in here. Venomage on a stun set is going to get the job done, right? Even double Venomage on stun sets. You will get the poisons from here, which will be really helpful. A bit of damage reduction, defense down, decrease attack, and all the rest of the things. Broadmine is going to be a good reviver if you don't have Sulfurion or any funky things for this faction, pardon me. You will have buffs, a bit of freeze to help you with the control. Then, of course, we will have... where is my list right here? Broadlord, I know he's not great, okay? You have Provoke, you have Ally Protection, and you have Stun right here. AoE Stun. Again, if you're not looking to rely only on stun sets and all that to make your life a living hell, you can try to use him, okay? But honestly, he's one of the low side epics. Like, I wouldn't really stress much about him. Quarkan is pretty good as a supporter as well. Moving on to the next faction, guys, we have the Skinwalkers. Right here we have poisons, stun, manipulate buffs and debuff duration, provokes, turn meter manipulation. So, we have Flash Terror, okay? Not an amazing vanilla epic champion, but heals all allies, increases the duration of all ally buffs. Attacks all enemies, decreases the duration of all enemy buffs, and increases the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn. So, he's going to easily fit feed a roll for the condition. Easy peasy. You don't have to look anywhere else, to be honest. Then we do have Akempton, which is going to be great with the speed aura. You're going to have the poisons, the hex, the debuff spread. That's going to be really, really helpful. With the poisons as well, you can always run a toxic set. With the freeze as well, you can run a freeze set if you want to, or the Doom Tower set, and rely on that RNG. But honestly, you're going to have to go through so many things. Keep your champions alive, deal damage, ensure that they're stay in control to make sure they're not wrecking your entire team, and then land all of these crowd control debuffs, right? So you need to keep that in mind as well. Then we have Hofer's revive buffs, a chance to stun, pretty damn good. And Basher, put Basher on a stun set or even a provoke set, and increase the cooldowns of their skills. The block buffs weaken. He is a pretty good option as well, and he is void. Moving on to the next faction, guys. We are on to the Orc faction. Right here, we have provokes, stuns, manipulate skills cooldown, HP burn, turn meter manipulation, and if I remember it correctly, we had manipulate buffs and debuffs as well. Dug the Pierce, straight off the back, decrease attack, decrease accuracy, provokes. Beautiful. Tagoar, revive, healing, increase speed. He's going to be mandatory for pretty much everyone, including myself on some stages. Then Seer, there is no secret. Seer can manipulate buffs, can land different debuffs on the enemies as well, and self buff, which is really, really good. Extra turn, that can be helpful. Some stages, some factions have on different stages extra turns, or counter attacks, or ally attacks, and stuff like this. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Then we have Tuhak the Wanderer, okay? Now, he will actually manipulate skills. If you don't have Warlord, okay, you will most likely need this bad boy, because he will have a chance to increase the cooldown of one of the target skills by 1 turn. And you will need to do it to basically 3-star specific stages. Moving on to the demon spawns, guys. Right here, we have some interesting things. We have block revive conditions. We have HP burn, provokes, poisons, bombs, stuns, turn meter manipulations. Okay. Now, there are quite a few bombers in here, right? Block revive champions. But it really depends what you have available, what you don't have available in terms of legendaries and all that, right? So that is something to keep in mind. When we are talking about epics, Akot right here is good because he places the HP burn, can increase the duration of skills, which is really, really good. Maybe you have Dragstar. Maybe you have different legendaries that do HP burn. So then he's not as relevant. Akak the Vanderain is going to be good as a support with freeze, HP burn, the turn meter, etc. Pretty solid option. Excruciator. She will block revive. If you don't have Initwi Bloodwind, if you don't have Vulcanos, if you don't have Mortuma Cup to block revive, Excruciator can actually do it, okay? So that's something to keep in mind as well. Is a D skill right here? Yes. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived when she's under Veil, okay? So that is something to keep in mind. Umbral Enchantress, very, very good provoker, guys. AoE provoke. Bang, you get a job done. Of course, you can use Dragstar. He can provoke as well. Then Umbral Enchantress won't be as important. But it really depends what you need from each faction, what legendaries you have available, what you don't. Moving on to the Undead Hordes, guys. Right here, sorry, we have Poison, Freeze, Provoke, Sleep, Hacks, Turn meter manipulation. Now, for the hacks, a cursed city will get a cursed set will get the job done easily. You don't have to worry about it whatsoever because it has a pretty high chance to make that happen. But in terms of stuns, Husk right here will stun, will provoke. Absolutely amazing. If you give him the right masteries, he even has a chance to put Leech in case if you need it. And that's basically for all of the champions that land crowd control debuffs. But you do need Leech in here. And the most important thing, you will need Provoke as well. You will need Sleep as well. Vogot can actually put Provoke, can actually put Leech. Do not sleep on him. Zelota, he's going to be freaking important. because he places sleep, AoE sleep. Now, you can run with sleep sets as well if you don't want to invest in different champions, and of course have that RNG driving you crazy if you're unlucky on some of the stages, but up to everyone's discretion. Then Gorgorab, Seeker, Thermiter Manipulation, but Gorgorab can revive, can give you increased attack, can give you healing, remove buffs. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Moving on to the next faction, guys, we have the Night Revenants, okay? So from here, we're actually going to need Poison, Stuns, Provoke, Manipulate Skills, Hacks, Thermiter Manipulation. Once again, with Hacks, you don't have to worry. Mad Hatter was there. He's a good option. Plus, of course, increases the duration of buffs, debuffs, Thermiter, etc. If you have him. If you don't, it's a completely different story. Now, Skeletor was free not a very long time ago, if I remember it correctly. He can be pretty good in here as well. But let's talk about epic champions, okay? Miscreated Monster, Stuns, you get that out of the way. Fear, Crowd Control, Support, he's gonna be great, right? Then, Sinesha, Stun set, she's gonna do amazing work. Increases the target skills. This is going to be very important because you will need it if you don't have, of course, Crixia. Then, Golden Reaper can do it as well. Even though she's not really on my list, she can decrease the cooldowns of random ally skills. This is going to count for that as well, if I'm not mistaken. Moving on to the next one, guys. Sabita, the same story. When she revives, she decreases the cooldowns of the skills. Plus, she's actually pretty good. Good buffs, good revive. Why not? She's actually going to do an amazing job. Moving on to the next faction, we have the Dwarfs, guys. On the Dwarfs, we have Stun, HP Burn, Provoke, Freeze, Thermiter Manipulation. If you've done the fusion for Molly Tankard, you're pretty set, right? But I know a lot of people were not playing back then because this is the fourth fusion we ever had in the game, okay? The Freeze is one of the main issues in here. You will either have to use sets, either use Stormin if you have him. In terms of epics, I don't think any of them lands freeze from what I remember. Thoughtbot is gonna be great. You have a stun, AoE defense down. Put him on a stun set. He's gonna do an amazing job. He does an amazing job for me on the Curse City. Morag, absolutely insane. Ally attack, crazy good damage. You will need her. She's tanky as well, which is really important. Counter attacks too. Then the next one, Rock freaking Breaker, guys. AoE Provoke with counter attack. Throw him on a stun set. Provoke, then stun, okay? Or on a different thing if you don't want to give him a stun set, but you will have the Provoke sorted. And of course, you can use Melga, you can use the meta support champions, but that's not what we're kind of like prioritizing in this video. Moving on to the Shadowkins, guys. This is going to be a pretty interesting one because we have Stun, Provoke, HP Burn, Manipulate Skills, Leech, Thermiter Manipulation. And this is a pretty hard faction. We do not have Revivers. I mean, we have Epic Reviver, right? But it's nothing too crazy. Now, let's assume you guys have Ninja, right? HP Burn, that's sorted. Freeze, that's sorted, okay? If you don't have Ninja on the other hand, for Freeze, Gory. Right? He's not very good. I wouldn't necessarily invest in the champion. Nogorio is going to be really good because he's going to bring in good damage. Decreases the cooldown of this skill by 1 turn when attacking. So that's going to be helpful with that condition as well. If we're talking about other ones, Toragi, amazing provoker. He's going to be really helpful with everything that he has in the kit, including poisons and other shenanigans, even though you don't really need poisons for this faction. Then talking about Kinegashi, you will have to use her. Make sure you guys are saving a copy of this epic champion, okay? Revive, you might not need her on every single stage, but on higher stages, it's very likely that you will need her, especially on some of the boss stages. And Kunoichi, guys, okay? Kunoichi will give you ally protection, Thermiter, and AoE leech, okay? So you will require that leech. If you don't have Toshiro, if you don't have some other crazy champions that do it, Kunoichi can actually get the job done without you having to worry about it too much, okay? Now, Izimaya, which is the current fusion, he will be helpful on one stage where you need to have 10 debuffs on the enemies, okay? So that's something to keep in mind as well. Good debuffers will be pretty helpful too. So Toragi, even better in there because of everything that he can do. Moving on to the next faction, guys, the final one, the Silven Watchers. Right here we have freeze, decrease speed, manipulate buffs and debuffs duration, manipulate skills, Termiter manipulation. So once again, freeze, period and the bloom, job done, easy peasy lemon squeezy, absolutely amazing for it. Termiter manipulation, he's doing that as well, and you will probably use him on quite a few different stages. Nia, White Dryad Nia, decrease speed, you will require that as well. She's gonna be amazing with that. She's gonna buff, strengthen, but heal, cleanse, and resets the cooldowns of a target's skills. You can use this as well to your own benefit and do the conditions, right? If not, Amic Trunkheart, he can do it too. Yumeko is on the other faction. I'm not sure why she was on top of my mind, but if you don't have Amic, which is a Void Legendary, yes, Lady of Irad can work too as a Legendary. If not, White Dryad Nia will get the job done. Plus, you need that decreased speed, and you will need to do a stage where you need to use 3 epic champions. Deity, absolutely amazing, good damage. I have 2 built, one on stun, one on savage, and both of them are working absolutely amazing. Ruela, Termiter manipulation, decrease speed, weaken, defense down, especially on the bosses will be really important. Increase crit rate, Termiter on all of the allies, really, really good. Killing the Shrike, once again, very good skill right here. So these are the most important epic champions for Faction Wars hard mode, guys, okay? They're not the best epic champions in the game, all of them, but they are extremely, extremely important. As I've mentioned, I'm not encouraging you guys to go and build every single one of them. I am encouraging you guys to start keeping an eye for these epic champions, vault them, and wait till you get to that specific stage and see if you need them or you don't. Hopefully you found this video helpful. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.